heard nothing. I heard none of them.
Crack.
It's like,
damn, it's too close to the mic.
I didn't know what to do. I was confused and scared and alone. Hello! Welcome to Tabletop Tiddies, a queer and feminist live TTRPG actual play show run entirely by people of marginalized genders. My name is Kelly, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be your dungeon deity this evening.
Ooh.
And boy, has it been a time. I feel like it's been like 2 months, but tonight will be our 16th episode of our D&D show, Forgotten Guardians. But before we get into the episode, we want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and the United States, countries who have and continue to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and I acknowledge that I am recording this episode on the stolen lands of the Gahaga First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptiddies.com/resources. And, as always, I would love to thank our Patreon producer, Paresh M. Thank you so much. As always, you are great support. We love you, and we wouldn't do this without you. We would stop doing it.
You would stop.
Bye.
Just freeze. Everybody, hold it.
My dragon shook players are ready to go.
Goodness, so shook.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and today I am coming to you from the stolen lands of the Coquitlam, Kate's, and Coast Salish peoples. Wow, words are hard, but we're in a new place. That's what my excuse. So it's all good.
Nice.
I'm so used to saying other places because I was in another place before. And I'm playing Noxx, Zaros, your lovable, horny boy, warlock / rogue, who is also he, him.
Sound.
I don't know what that was.
Sarah drank
I drank something and I touched something and my camera changed for
And it
5
changed
seconds
completely.
and I was like, what
You're
the
like,
fuck?
what?
Yeah,
Doing
I
like
watched
a-
it happen. I
I was
was
trying to be
like,
casual about it and it just wasn't.
I was like, can this group stop moving? Like,
I'm
as
so
in, like, moving
sorry.
locations. And then
Yeah.
Sarah's screen shifted. I was like, stop it. Hello, everybody. My name is Kat, and I haven't moved. I'm still regular, same place, same time, same soup, reheated.
Wow.
I am currently streaming from the lands of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Coast Salish First Nations people. I use any pronoun, and tonight I am playing Hestia, our sorcerer / paladin. I had to think about that for a second. It's been a while, but I'm excited because she's always hot, and she uses she, her pronouns.
Wow. My name is Sara Mayfield. My pronouns are she, her. I am streaming from the lands of the Stolo, Matsquiskumas, and Kwantlen First Nations, as well as the Noxx Indian tribe. And I'm super thankful for that. And also, I'm super thankful to get to play Acacius. And they is a satyr way of the ancients paladin, fighting for all that is good and all that is sick. He's also a horny boy.
Oh my goodness. Ocio. I am CasperDaNBGhost. I am streaming from an RV that is parked in the where am I? Hang on. Algonquin, Powhatan Confederacy, and Iroquois area.
Ooh.
There's a better way of saying that, but there's just Hi. My name is wait, I already did my name. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Waverly, who is just the wolfy boy who has any pronouns. It's been a minute. I'm sorry.
Last but not least is me. Hello, everybody. I'm Charlene Bear. I go by Char. My pronouns are she, they, and I am coming to you from the unceded territories of the Gahaga First Nations here in Montreal. And I play Bumble, who is a Twilight Cleric fairy.
Who is a fairy?
Who is a
She's
she
a
pronouns.
fairy.
Nice. Wow. You know what else is really cool and awesome? Goodberry dice. And I'm going to tell you all about them right now. Trying to find that perfect set of gaming dice? Look no further than Goodberry Dice, your one-stop shop for unique and high-quality dice sets. The folks at Goodberry Dice believe in nourishing your gaming experience with dice that sustain your passion and embrace your imagination. Whether you're a seasoned dungeon master or a budding sprout, head to goodberrydice.com for beautiful dice sets that will nurture your fantasy and let your creativity bloom. The Tiddies all received dice sets from Goodberry Dice, and we love them. They are very, very cool. We also have a code for you to use for an extra discount, and I believe that is Tiddies, all capital letters. But honestly, I think if you use lower letters, it'll still work. But I highly recommend the caps because you're excited to get it. So once again, that's goodberrydice.com for the good dice. Goodberry dice.
We are also using Sirenscape to help make our stream more atmospheric. You can check them out at sirenscape.com to use their great sound sets. You can upload your own music and sound effects, all kinds of stuff on there. There's a free and a pro version, so check them out, sirenscape.com.
And just giving you another quick little reminder that we have a merch store. If you see the show tonight and, just think to yourself, they're pretty rad, these people that I'm watching, and I want to have these characters and these logos all over my clothing and things in my house, then you should head on over to tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. Sales happen frequently, so you'll always get a good deal. And we always add a bunch of cool designs on there, and it'll feature all of our character art and logos, like I said before. And you can put it on pretty much everything. So you should definitely go and head on over there and show the Tiddies that you are a proud Tiddy committee member by buying some merch at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. And remember, when we say titties, it is with double D's.
All right. Some quick potential content warnings for today's episode. Death, undeath, other types of death, and potentially some nostalgia.
I thought you were going to say death. Oh my God.
Potentially some death. I mean, depending on how you roll, we'll see.
That's awesome.
But without further ado, let's dive into episode 16 of Tabletop Tiddies, Forgotten Guardians. Last time on Tabletop Tiddies, the Forgotten Guardians were jettisoned from the Feywilds back into the temple from which they came. The party soon realized that Noxx and Florence had lost their memory of the entire time there, but luckily with the help of Bumble and her god's BFF, Acacius, she was able to restore them. After a quick rest, the crew made plans to travel to the location of the final signature needed for the Accords, the great mountaintop city of Bellspire. Hestia used the new power bestowed on her to teleport them all to a teleportation circle just outside of the outer ring of the city. They found themselves in a burned-out Guardian safe house, found a few corpses, and what appeared to be the remnants of something powerful. Regardless, the Forgotten Guardians trekked on towards the inner city of Fearfort, but were blocked by a massive crowd of people trying to seek safety within Bellspire. Florence directed them to a hidden entrance that her father used for legitimate business means, an obscured sewer grate. Inside, Bumble found and destroyed an old poster of Hecna. Waverly picked up some necrotic effluvia, as well as some frozen meat for his basilisk, and the crew emerged into a large wine storage warehouse. It was there that Acacius helped himself to a bottle without asking, only to get a sinking feeling in his stomach that he may have broken his oath. Florence guided them all through the glorious city of Bellspire towards the castle, where they would receive the king's signature. Once inside, they soon found the place packed with urgency. Hundreds of people rushing around, discussing news, planning moves, and gathering information. The Guardians were led to the king's chambers by 2 guards, and finally got to meet Wilmer. After some pleasantries, Wilmer instantly agreed to sign the Accords, and opened the secret hidden pedestal where a magical pen that his sister made was stored.
Shut up! It looks great!
Just then, alarms began to sound, and the pen was teleported away. Looking outside, they saw the massive purple undead dragon bellowing smoke onto the crowd, a magical barrier protecting the inner ring. Wilmer panicked, telling the crew to find the pen since it was the only way that he could sign the accords, and then teleported away to help the crowd. We ended with the Forgotten Guardian standing at the window overlooking the chaos. Florence collapsed on the ground with a new card depicting her father, as the group discovered a symbol on the now empty pedestal. The letters MF with a heart drawn into it, or drawn around it. And that's where we find ourselves. Florence is still rather hysterical, collapsed on the ground right now and not really focused on anything around her.
I look at Hestia.
Okay. I will look into my bag and try to. I have something in my bag, like a water. I'm going to say water sack, but you know what I mean.
Water skin?
What? A canteen, a water, a water
The
skin.
water sack.
Water sack.
Okay.
Ball sack.
Yeah, a little water ball sack.
And I will bring it over to Florence, and I'm assuming she's is she pacing? Is she
No,
like a pile on the floor?
She's sitting on the ground with her back against the window, and she kind of like has her hands balled up on her head, and is just sort of like rocking a bit there.
I will put the water skin in her lap and then just put my hand on the back of her head, giving a little bit of a pat and scratch while we start to make plans. MF. But sorry, did King, did he say that we have to talk to his sister? We have to find his sister. No. Yes?
I think the magic was created by his sister.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Yeah.
I got. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like set up, and as Acacius is talking, he's walking over and he waves his hand over top of the water skin and turns it into a nice warm herbal tea.
Oh.
And
Smart.
releases a little bit of you see that he starts smelling a bit more calming as he comes beside his friend here and is like, yeah, it was something like it was set up by Sephora as like a safe thing when there's like a dragon outside like
Well, that's
that.
convenient.
From the
That's pretty convenient.
From the two of you sort of like surrounding Florence and offering aid, you see that she started like her like shoulders settle a bit and she stops rocking. And you think that she's settled down a bit.
Will one of you, while I'm obviously a little bit preoccupied at Florence's side, will one of you ask somebody? I'm sure they're all in hysterics at the moment, but if anybody knows where we can find his sister, then that's our first step.
Yeah, I can go and look around, I think. I have a question, DM. Would I recognize the MF symbol?
Give me a history check.
Great. Where is my history?
That lil MF.
That little MF. Oh, it's a +0, so that's an 18.
Okay.
Good roll. First roll.
Decent.
Ooh.
This particular symbol is actually more of a almost like what friends would carve into a tree. The actual official MF logo is much more like well adorned and marketed and logoed so that people could buy clothing that had MF on it and supports
Sure.
the Marge's favorites.
Right.
This is
So
like
I wouldn't put 2 and 2 together kind of thing, or
you would know
before-
that this is the symbol that only the actual Marge's favorites know about.
Oh, okay. I'm like, we can definitely go and find the king's sister, but I also think that we might need to find Marge's favorites, and I think I know a good place to start with Steve's place, because this is their symbol.
Eve, have we
I don't know,
ruled
eventually.
out just like secret passageways? And Acacius is just gonna start pushing on every rock that is sticking up a bit more, and just like, cause Wilmer pulled a thing, a fiery thing, right? So he's gonna try the thing, pulling the books. I don't know, moving the table, seeing if there's a suspiciously placed carpet.
Give me an investigation check.
All right.
Can I help with that? Because that's what Waverly would probably be doing too.
Yeah.
-1. 16.
Do you want to
Oh.
give advantage or do it yourself, Waverly?
You don't have -1. I would do it yourself.
I will do it myself because I've got a +5 and I think I have natural. Like, what's my advantage?
Can you smell for fresh air or smell for airflow? I don't.
No,
Feel the hair on your skin move if there's any wind.
it's for fae, fiends, and undead. So this is none of those things.
Oh.
10.
24. How about
Damn.
that?
Well,
Um,
no.
Acacius, you basically find like some hidden snack compartments that maybe the king isn't supposed to be snacking on.
Oh my god.
Hot.
Wait,
There's just like a lot of rotten beignets. Because he put them there for later and then completely forgot because he couldn't figure out how to get back in there.
yeah, each individual one requires like a special, like you got to turn
Yeah.
this one to open this, but then over here you got to bend this. You hear one of the guards actually like cough at you as you do this and like slowly shake their head at you. But Waverly, you actually find observing this pedestal more, you actually find that the top with the MF is like a secret twist top. And removing it, you find several dry ancient scrolls. And looking through them, you find that they are notes taking note on all of the effects that Wilmer has caused by casting magic. And as far as you can discern, there is nearly 100 different random things that have happened around Wilmer while casting magic. And you can tell that these are not in the handwriting that all of Wilmer's notes are in the table. You essentially have a collection of wild magic effects that you were aware of that Wilmer would potentially trigger.
Cool. I'm going to take those.
To know, just in case.
Yeah, it's just be like, oh, what is this guy capable of? Yeah, I'm gonna take those and put that in my back pocket for later. Is there anything else around here that would help lead me in the direction besides like Steve being obvious?
You get the sense that this chamber is very much just for like greeting people. Like a king would spend like hours and hours here just like meeting with citizens and people who have like requests. The snacks are probably there to eat between people, but there doesn't seem to, there's like, this isn't where the king sleeps or his main office or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I can I follow the king's scent to find his room and stuff?
It leads back into the elevator where the two guards are sort of flanking right now, and you can see them sort of like getting a bit antsy as you two are scouring around. But more or less you have diplomatic immunity being the guardians.
Yeah. Bumble's gonna go to the window the shield that emerged while the dragon started to attack, like the big shield outside, is it covering just the Bellspire area, or is it covering the further rings as well?
Give me a perception.
Terrible. 9.
It appears to just be immediately at the inner ring.
Oh, crap.
And you can see the lower part, like, fading away now as the dragon has, like, flown away, and the purple smoke sort of, like, dissipates.
I look at Noxx. Do you know how we could contact Steve? I don't think... Isn't she not normally in this part of the city?
Yeah, no, she wouldn't be. She wouldn't be here. But I mean, I know
Although-
where her shop is.
Would
She
she come
could
here
just be,
because of
like-
all the chaos? Because with all the other refugees?
It's possible that they could have asked Steve to go and help out there by like giving them clothes and things like that, or just like they are one of the original Marge's favorites, so it's possible they're one of the people they would call upon.
You see, Hestia, you see Florence, like, slowly taking a sip of the tea. And without looking at you in the eyes, says, "Yes, Cleavers. There's, Steve moved into the inner ring several years ago. Her shop is not far from here."
Well, then you know where it is.
She just nods.
I don't know if we should split up, but it seems we have 2 tasks at hand.
I think if we're careful.
What are the 2 tasks? Not die?
Well, find Steve and perhaps find Seaphora. Is that did they say what her name was to us, or am I just remembering?
That's something
because
that
I
you
was
would
in season
know.
1?
It's basically
Okay,
like knowing
yeah.
Princess
The
Di.
king.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to find Steve, and then finding Seaphora would be quite good right now, I think.
You see the red-haired femme guard sort of step forward, almost like timidly, and sort of just like raises a hand.
Hey, what's going on, baby?
But
Noxx!
Not the time. Seaphora is on a pilgrimage. She has been for some time now.
Okay,
Should you be
interesting.
helping?
Yes, then let's move to Steve's. Are we all agreed?
yeah. If
Okay.
you wanted to come with us, could be we could always be use of
Boys,
some protecting.
No, not the time. And I will put out a hand to help Florence up while trying to rein in the troops.
Yeah, I'm gonna just push Noxx and Acacius to the elevator, away from this poor femme person.
I
How
will
to get to the vault to save us this wild goose chase?
I didn't know that there
Wanna go by
was
yourself?
one.
Okay.
The information that you've just learned is far above my pay grade. Florence will accept your help, and you just feel that she's like a ball of muscle, like a ball of tension right now. And as she
Wait.
gets to her feet, she like sort of reaches down to grab her hat, seeming incredibly distracted, but sort of follows the rest of the group.
Wait, what was Bumble talking about? A vault?
That's
We gotta
supposed.
get into a vault.
Get the wand, the king's wand, and the feather, whatever
pen thing.
signage thing.
Yeah.
Steve's gonna help us get into the vault.
Yeah.
Steve's an MF.
Push
I
towards
just
the
imagine
push,
Waverly
push,
giving
push.
that face.
As we walk by, I'm just gonna look back at this lady soldier and be like, "Hey, if you ever want, I'm of the Brae, so you can always stop by. My mom makes a mean gumbo. I'm sure she'd like to meet you." And I'm gonna just like paper airplane throw a leaf with my number on it.
Oh my god.
Give me a dexterity roll.
Oh, rude.
How good is this?
Oh,
paper
not bad.
airplane?
18.
All right.
Wow.
It's a Pixar paper
it like
airplane.
precisely lands and like hits the breast part of her chest plate, and she makes no move to catch it. And it just sort of like crumples a little bit and falls to the ground.
Nice.
They just sort of look up and shake their head. You can take the elevator. Just go back the same direction that we led you, and we'll secure the throne room.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll go.
We'll leave now.
You might want to activate any anti-air defense you have. I don't know if that dragon's coming back.
The shields should be active.
For this area, what about all the others?
They both sort of look at each other awkwardly.
This is the area that matters. Let's be real.
I roll my eyes and I go in the
Oh,
elevator.
I know.
As you all descend down the elevator again, this door closing into a strange room with a painting of an apple, as it slowly just shakes and descends. And it opens up into the castle again. Only it is not desolate. There are still some staff members wandering around, but all of the rabble and crowds of people planning have dissipated, and it is almost eerily quiet now. As you retrace your steps back towards the entrance, it seems that upon the dragon's entrance, everybody has left. And you step back out into the glorious, untouched front garden of the castle. Florence just sort of like walking slowly, slightly ahead of the group, leading you all through the city. And once again, it seems like everybody in this area is in lockdown. Nobody is wandering the streets. You occasionally see people looking at you through their windows, and nobody seems to be reacting to what has just happened.
Like the dragon, you mean? Or
Nothing seems to have changed within Bellspire.
huh. Odd.
It's this way. She got a spot on the main road. And Florence will continue to lead you ahead. It's fairly close to the castle, and as you see, it's like prime real estate. As you see a beautiful, glorious sign that says BS Cleavers, and a storefront window with like lavish, beautiful gowns and all of these clothing that you have seen Florence wearing on occasion, and Noxx and Acacius you have modeled in the past, and it doesn't seem to be open. There's like shutters on the front door as well as the windows sort of blocking entrance.
Can I just look through the windows and see how long they've been closed? Like, you know, the difference between like an freshly closed building and one that's been like, oh hey, they are boarded up.
Go ahead
just wanna
and give
see
me a quick investigation.
Haha! This character was built for investigation. Once I find my mouse, where'd it go? There it is. As I said that, I got a 10.
It's unclear. Everything looks immaculate. Looking through the window, it looks like the highest end clothing store that you would have ever seen on Earth, and the kind of place that you know, you sort of have to. There's like no prices. You have to know how much everything costs because you're well connected.
Oh, jeez.
You know, and you can't tell how long it's been closed for.
I'll just knock. Steve!
You hear the
Steve, it's your boys!
of the mesh, but after a moment, no reaction.
Can I
Steve?
try knocking, but like with the intent of busting down the door?
Damn. I was like, we could just try to go through the back, maybe.
I mean,
or...
yeah, there's probably a
I
back
don't-
way we've used before. I'm very familiar with back doors.
Certainly. Give me a
Wow.
give me
Wow, what does that?
give
what?
me an athletics to see if you can just bash in the door.
Oh, I don't think this is gonna go well.
What are you talking about? My athletics is a +1.
Oh, that's not what I'm worried about. Can I check for traps?
Give me an investigation whilst
Any
Waverly is
hints
doing
of-
this.
Well,
Oh, that's a 17.
Uh-huh. All right. What'd you get, Waverly?
18.
All
Is
right.
there a fucking snare on this door?
So, as you see Waverly square up and start rushing at the door, you peek through the window, Noxx, and you see suspended, just in the entrance, what appears to be 3 mechanical spiders hanging from the ceiling, with small dart guns, facing
Oh,
at the
knew it.
door as you hear. And Waverly
Classic Steve.
bashes in, and as you stand on the threshold, Waverly, you hear boom, boom, boom. And I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Boy.
Yeah, I'm like, as it's happening, I'm like, no.
I learned from Hestia.
Oh no, not
14.
anymore. Maybe
Uh,
Dan.
Okay, that's not bad. You take 9 points of poison damage as 3 darts pierce your chest, and you are poisoned.
Dang it. I
You
couldn't
feel
get-
this like warmth and cold at the same time sort of seep into your chest as the flesh becomes pained and a bit necrotic. At that
Okay.
point, you hear blaring loud siren that all of you sort of need to like cover your ears. What are you doing?
Hopefully that brings her here. But I have something that's not about this. But when I just want to, I need to be certain about this because you already mentioned this. That you said people aren't reacting to the dragon. Does it seem like they aren't reacting like they saw it but they don't care, or they aren't reacting like they don't even know?
Give me a
Whoa.
insight.
There is no dragon embossing set.
Char / Bumble
Damn.
asking the real questions. Here.
Yeah, we're like, hold up.
15.
Maybe more the former. You knew that coming in, even before the dragons showed up, that people were already, like, in their homes, boarded up, metaphorically.
Mhm.
And you get the impression that people are sort of, like, warned about the dragon. And so its appearance here doesn't really catch anybody off guard. You've seen occasionally, like, people
Okay.
looking to the sky, but nobody's, like... Nobody's like panicking and going and like buying a bunch of toilet paper or anything like that.
Whoa.
Wait.
hey.
Specific.
Okay, back to Waverly
As ding ding
being
ding ding
attacked.
ding 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 ding.
Can I Can I try to turn off the dinging?
You'd have to get inside, but you certainly can try.
Can I try turning off the dinging since I'm already in here?
All right, so now that the door is open, you can see inside. Again, this like, it's almost like a tooth how far back it goes. Of you ever been in those like Vancouver warehouse shops?
I've never been to Vancouver.
Where it's like exposed roof with like the ceiling or the ventilation system exposed and stuff like that, but real
You mean-
posh and nice.
Oh, like a fancy brick warehouse
Exactly.
storefront where everything's like either exposed brick or like white.
Exactly. Kind of like, but it's Steve levels of like decor. Not a single thing would be dusty.
Ooh.
But you see like all of the sections of like different attire organized into like evening wear and parties and like casual wear, which is still fancier than anybody should be wearing. And looking back, you can see what appears to be like the shop main, like not cash register, but like where people would pay for the clothes in the far back. And it kind of, there's like another door at the far end that would go further back in.
Yeah, the ringing would be getting on my nerves after I got hurt with darts. So yeah, I'm gonna try and shut off the alarm.
All right. So you're going deeper in?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Jack for trap.
Is anybody else?
This is like a level 20 rogue artificer.
I'll go in. I'll follow. I'll be backup buddy. I'll go in. Where the spiders at?
Can I, like, instead of like checking for traps or whatever, what is the magical warns you of danger? Cool. Is Rudolph glowing at this point?
Yeah. You like unsheath Rudolph, and it's like this glow, kind of humming a bit, like seems to be like resonating a bit with the alarm as well, and how loud it is, and really gets in your brain. But if both of you want to look around for, or tell me
I'm
which
just
direction
not letting
you're
a
going.
pal go in alone. It's one of my vows. Some things are still sacred.
All right. You don't
I'm
see
gonna-
any wine.
I'm gonna go in, but I'm gonna be on guard and I'm going to shift
Ooh. All right.
with my hybrid form. Hopefully that doesn't like freaking suck for me.
As you shift, the alarm almost gets louder as your hearing becomes more attuned.
That's always fun.
And it's like, not only is it the ringing, but it's also that tinnitus starts to pick up as well. Very upsetting. But as you both of you are just charging in, both of you give me dex saves.
Thank you. I can do dex saves. 21.
Nice.
+3 to saves because I'm an MVP.
That's true. You are you're giving off your aura of, not getting attacked by walking forward.
24.
Nat 20.
Damn.
Whoa.
You walking forward, realizing at this point that it's probably trapped.
Maybe.
Notice
Maybe.
just
Just maybe.
just in the nick of time, as one of those air vents like opens up, just and a web shoots out and covers the spot that the two of you were walking towards, just casting web across the entire area. But you both tumble forward expertly as the hole in the roof closes up again. You've made it about 10 feet into the store at this point, and get the impression that Steve has rigged this place.
So much.
This is Steve's fun house of danger.
Yeah.
Okay. Steve!
No, I don't think they're here. Why are we doing this? Are we just trying to? At this point, I feel like we're just waiting for either the authorities or Steve to come, and like they'll see something on their like person that's like, oh, my alarm's going off. I better go back to my store.
Maybe.
Like,
Does anyone have a silence spell? I don't.
I do.
sure don't.
That would be helpful. I'm getting tinnitus.
But then no one, you won't be able to speak either.
That's fine. I know sign.
We did some really We did cool things earlier with communicating. It's fine.
I like wave my hand. Wait, do I? Oh no, I cast deafness on Waverly and Acacius.
It worked! It worked so good, guys! This is going great!
I assume it's silence and it's just like
Give me a perception, Hestia.
I'd love to do that. I'm perceiving a lot of stuff.
perceiving this is
Ooh.
a terrible idea.
I'm
A very-
perceiving that I have regrets.
glitchy roll. This is terrifying. It took so long. D&D Beyond is not loving me. Oh, that is a yikes. That's a 10.
You just noticed that Florence has walked to the other side of the road now.
Oh,
God.
I will walk over there to make sure that general whatnot. I poke.
Her shoulders
the
are just
shoulder.
sort of like up near her ears, and she's like holding her arm. I'm all right. I don't think Steve is here, but they might be able to find what we're looking for.
I'm assuming the noise is really bothersome to you.
Steve keeps us safe in the back. Perhaps tell them the code. And you see Florence just like close her eyes and grimace. 4, 2, 0, 6, 9.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Are you okay?
I think it's her birthday and the age that she made the code. I'll be fine.
Oh.
Okay, knowing that I got a job to do, I'll run back across the
I'm
street.
like outside the door. I haven't gone in yet. So if you want to lay it to me, I'll like go in and tell the rest because I'm
Yes.
also a rogue.
But we
and should
still can't
probably
hear.
be
We're
doing-
deafened.
Yeah, that's
No
why
matter
I'm not gonna
what.
go in and
We don't know
find them.
that.
How long
Yeah.
does deafness last?
Please hold while I check.
Well, it's also, I feel like it's a concentration spell, so technically you can make us stop, but also.
What? It's
It
1
only
minute.
lasts a minute. It only lasts a minute.
All right.
Yeah. I'll relay the information to Noxx.
All right.
42069.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna go. I guess
it's
since the
it's her
two
birthday, I
front
don't
door
know.
traps have been triggered, I'll just go right in and just be more attentive of anything else that could be triggered as I'm going in.
All right. Are the duo walking forward now? A minute. I'll say that this is like the minute that the deafness is working. So if you wanted to step forward more into the back of the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Noxx, do you brush against my tail when you walk in? Because I cannot hear you enter behind me.
I don't know. I think, like I said, I'm being quite attentive, so I think I try not to step on your tail. But
I would say at the
I
very
don't know
least.
how crowded we are in the front entrance if we haven't moved forward.
We're
so.
within 10 feet. There's a web there. I think I'm like, I would like hit you and be like, Noxx is coming. Noxx is coming with us into Steve's hut store with the dresses.
Yeah, I
where
see
we
you.
Modeled.
I see you flailing in my peripheral, and I'm like, okay, cool. They're saying something.
Please don't attack me for brushing your tail.
No, you're fine. I'm just assuming it would be Acacius at this point. And I'll keep barreling forward. This isn't gonna go wrong.
As Waverly barrels forward, Noxx, give me a
Yeah.
dex save.
Great.
+3.
Dirty 20. Oh, that's before the +3. So 23.
You see Waverly begin to step forward, and a very beautiful looking dress, one of those like dresses that come down into like a pencil skirt kind of thing, opens up, and you can see that it is lined with blades on the inside, and it leaps towards you, and you dodge out of the way just as it latches onto a mannequin behind you, and the two of them tumble to the ground, and you just hear and it falls flat as chunks of mannequin fall out of the inside of the dress.
Oh God.
Damn. That's interesting.
You've made it further into the shop, Waverly, Noxx, and Acacius. As
We did it.
Waverly and Acacius, you hear as deafness wears off.
Ah!
All right. So, y'all with me? I think I did. Did I know that Bumble cast deafness because I was outside, or is that just like something we just didn't know what happened to them?
You saw magic coming from Bumble.
Okay, so I just assumed that something didn't work. I'm like, yo, guys, so we gotta find the safe at the back. All right?
Yeah. A
Where I'm
safe?
headed.
The safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
At what speed are you going, Waverly?
Oh,
Are you
my ears-
continuously just like
I'm gonna keep moving forward, especially
Yeah.
now that the ring is back. I'm just gonna like, okay, cool. There's some death traps. I'm pretty fast. Let's go.
all
Say
right?
I'm trudging.
You continue walking forward. Is anybody looking for traps, or are you just walking?
Oh,
I am
shoot.
looking for traps
All right,
actively.
Noxx, give me an investigation check.
That's a natural one.
Yay! Oh, oh no.
Wow.
Papa tried.
I think the problem is I think Acacius will look for like spider related traps. I'm not sure
Oh,
how.
anything else.
I
And the fact
think
that they're in front of me it obscures my vision, so I can't
Yeah.
see.
I also got an 8.
We're gonna be killed.
the
We're gonna get murdered in
the
here.
ringing in your ears is
Yeah.
really starting to affect you. But Waverly, as you get about like 10 feet away from the main paying desk, and nothing has triggered yet. There is it's one of those counters where it goes along the entire back, and then there is one of those like little things that you open up to walk through to get to the back.
Cool. I'm gonna jump the turnstile.
All right. Give me another dex save. And I should remind you that you are poisoned, so these are with disadvantage.
Nice.
Oh. But you get +3!
Yay.
Okay, just give me a sec. I gotta roll with disadvantage. I still got a 24.
Nice.
Whoa.
The moment you slide over the desk, you hear a latch as a metal wall slides, separating you from the rest of the party. And along the wall, you see these what almost look like dragon heads, but very nice and filigreed, appear on both sides as a billowing fire shoots from both directions.
I've seen Indiana Jones.
Do you have evasion?
No.
What is that?
Nope.
The rogue ability.
I had some other monks get it. I wasn't too sure if blood hunters also get it. Are you kidding me? Okay, good. I was rolling like fucking 2s and stuff. Ooh, all right.
2s are fine, dude. What?
So
2s are absolutely okay.
you would take 40 points of fire damage, but luckily you managed to like press up against the wall as the fire billows in front of you, singeing the now hybrid fur on your face, and you take 20 points of fire damage as the wall lowers again, and all three of you now see just like smoke billowing from the dragon's mouth.
Just because I'm a little shit, is this spell damage?
Yes, it was. Oh no, wait, no,
And-
it wouldn't be spell. It was mechanical.
Okay, but then it doesn't matter, and I'm still sad.
I mean, you didn't take it. You weren't there. The wall,
I'm just vibing.
and
I'm
you can
gonna
now
look over. I'll look over to Noxx and be like, "Hey, Noxx, do you
Yeah?
think if I lift the thing and not hop over it, anything's gonna happen?" And I just walk through like
I
a
don't know,
normal
man.
person.
Y'all are in my way, so I can't see if there's a trap. Like I can't. Like I just can't see. I think I just
There's a
assume
lot of
everything is
smoke
trapped.
now, so it's hard to see if there's a
Assume-
trap.
Assume everything is fucking trapped in here. Just
Hey, Waves, are you okay?
You just see me shake off like a wet dog, but it's just like ash and like cinder coming off
Ooh.
my fur.
burn
The
first.
parts that got
Oof.
singed.
Delicious.
So did you go to open the latch? Acacius?
Is it just a? Is it
It's just
okay?
like,
So
it's one of those normal ones you just lift up.
but
it's
there's
a
just like
hinge.
the platform, and then there's like space underneath.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not lift the latch. I'm just gonna go through underneath.
All right.
I'm gonna sneak through.
As you do, you sort of like crouch down and step through. You notice that the floor is actually a different material. And just as your foot presses onto the metal that is on underneath the latch, you feel a shock coming through your body.
Oh.
Give me a con save.
This is so stupid.
So great. I love
What
it.
are we doing?
The gods
I
of
got
Guardian.
a 9.
You take 40 points of lightning damage
Holy
and are
shit.
stunned.
Oh God, is it gonna keep happening?
Can I like pull them off of the metal, like, or am I gonna get shocked by touching them?
You see that it is a quick like and stops. As Acacius just like is like underneath it, so just sort of like crumples into a ball on the ground.
It's a zing. Not fun.
Oh my God.
Bumble hasn't gone in.
No,
but
you
I
can
will
see all of this. Just lights.
I will.
I'm just
Um,
standing there like, oh.
While the siren's blaring.
I'm gonna select a point within the middle of everyone that's taking waves of damage and cast Mass Cure Wounds in that room.
Sounds good.
So this like aura whoosh, like blows in the shop.
Okay.
And I choose up to 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius sphere centered on that point. So I'm going to choose everyone that's taken damage. And you all get 15 plus 5, 20 points of a healing.
Cool.
Cool.
And it's
so
only
it's
a
like
few.
that fireball never even happened.
It's a,
I still can't.
like
I'm
just
just, I
paralyzed.
can't.
like a few
I
seconds
can't.
later,
Stunned.
like almost like your muscles like regain their ability to move, Acacius. But you're like hunched underneath the counter now, leaning up against the wooden table.
Okay, this is starting to get ridiculous. So, this
You've
is
made
like
it to the door. You are at the door at the back of the room.
okay, cool.
Okay, can
Because I was
I
about to like
Check the
parkour my
door
way.
and then try to unlock it. I'm gonna check the door for traps and then try to unlock it, like
Certainly.
stealthily.
Give me an investigation check.
We're gonna change dice because that one gave me a nat 1 and I'm mad at it. That's not even really that much better. I got a 3.
You got
So that's
a 3
fine.
on your investigation.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You
Just
don't
fucking
you don't
roll
notice any
shit.
traps. No.
Great. We're just gonna go ahead and try to pick the lock, I guess. This is
Um,
gonna go so poorly.
all right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this is so weird that this door is not trapped.
Yeah.
Like, I guess because they assumed we'd be dead by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You take out your lockpicking set, and as you put it into the hole, it stops.
Oh fuck.
What's that? Can I just try to open the door? If it doesn't go in, maybe it's
As you open the door, there is a brick wall in front of you.
what the?
Do we have previous knowledge as people who have modeled for Steve of how to get into a back room?
You
Probably not.
never saw the place like that. When you came in, the place was
No.
welcoming. There were like
Oh,
people
yeah,
here.
true.
None of the traps
This
were
is what happens
activated.
when she closes up shop for the evening. so
The
nobody fucking
spiders
gets
were
in.
like mending dresses in the back
Yeah.
a bit. Like they seemed cute, not armed to shoot needles at you.
Can I check the brick wall for any like weak spots?
Certainly.
Is it a real blur? Is it a real wall?
Real wall. Do we-
Yeah,
if
also
we-
to make sure it's a real wall.
I'll give you that for free. It is a real wall.
Oh, that's
Um,
it.
I'll let, since the three of you are now here, the the wet bandits in front of this wall.
Just
I'll let
fucking Home Alone over here.
I know.
I'll let you basically investigate this whole wall together if you wish.
Cool. We're still not rolling above a 10. We got an 8.
Wait, what am I doing? Investigate?
To be
What did
fair, you
say?
all
got
rolled like
an-
fucking 20s on your dexes and
Yeah.
cons there for a sec.
I got
18?
a 20.
Okay.
Okay,
18.
cool.
I love how the rogue can't tell if it's a locked door, but the
I
busted
know.
up like
I think
ranger
I'm
and
really
the
rattled by this really loud
Yeah.
alarm.
It's like
It's
really.
distracting.
So you got an 18, Noxx?
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
I got
Oh, you're
No, I
Acacius.
got an 8.
Oh, you got an 8.
I got
Okay.
I got a 20.
singular
Both of you are
8.
neither Acacius nor Noxx are sure what's going on. But Waverly, you just wait, what did you get, Acacius? I thought you got like a
Got 18.
okay. Both of you then notice that the wall itself isn't connected to the ceiling. And there is actually a very thin slot sort of along the entire top of the wall. And as you follow that along, you notice that there are on each sides of the wall at the bottom what appear to be like braces, like locks pushed into the ground. And sort of a divot at the base of the wall where you imagine that sliding would be involved to move the entire wall along this divot.
Kelly, I will say that the fact that you gave us that it slides is very helpful because
Yeah.
I would have not. I would have tried.
Trying to lift this wall.
No, I would have tried to squeeze.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe
I
we can
feel.
still I think we should try to slide it. I think we should try to muscles
Sure.
McGee this.
That's gonna go well.
Can we tell
I-
which way it slides?
Both.
I guess.
Once you pull the locks out, the wall like almost like a like one of those sliding doors for opening like a closet moves in both directions.
Okay. Let's move it. Folks.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
a bit of futzing with it, you move the wall like to the far right, and all it is brick wall. And then you begin to move it to the far left, and finally you see it open up to like a door frame on the other side, leading into the back room.
Can I check this
Okay.
door for traps?
Give me an investigation.
Any
Oh,
way
finally.
to turn I'm just gonna look for a way to turn off the alarm. Just any sign of how to turn off where the sound is coming from.
What'd you get
Is
there,
what
Waverly?
this
Was doing so well. I got a 13 now.
I got a 10 to look for the alarm source.
The door frame is not trapped. And as you both, or the three of you, look into this room now, it looks like it's almost like a hookah den. It is like cozy, and there are like cushions everywhere, and there's like nice drapery and stuff like that. There's like a section for like mending clothing and like new designs and stuff like that. But there is also a near it's a steampunk-like operation on the wall that looks like various like levers and latches and pulleys and knobs for managing the traps within this place. And you can see that some of them are like smoking a little bit, the ones that have been activated.
Probably go and like turn off the one that's labeled alarm or something.
You're just gonna walk into the room, Rachel?
No. I mean, the doorway's not trapped.
Rachel.
The
Yeah.
doorway. I'm out of character right now, Shara.
Just in case,
I
just
am-
looks at the camera. Really, Rachel? What y'all doing?
I'll look at the thing and be like, is this contraption trapped? And then I'll walk over it if it's not trapped.
Give me another investigation.
Okay, we've changed dice again. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're in the double digits. That's a 14.
All right.
Oh, you little.
The moment you step into this room, it almost
Oh,
almost
great.
like this breath of relief as stepping into the staff room. Trapping the staff room seems like an HR nightmare.
That's fair.
Steve would definitely be concerned about insurance. And now that you've stepped in more, you also see that there's a back door leading behind the building. But you, but you managed to find just it like moving some of the latches and levers. You hear like pinging and like popping and stuff coming from the main gallery room as you're just fiddling with this. But eventually, the alarms subside and the shutters at the front rise up and magical lights illuminate the entire shop.
Oh no, we don't want people thinking we're open. We don't know how to sell things.
The lights.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Is there any kind of like email or
Are you looking for her laptop?
Fantasy
I'm
email.
just trying to find out how, like, if we can send Steve a little, like, we are here. Hi.
We've broken into your
Buddy.
store.
Can you please? We miss you.
Give me an Arcana.
Okay. Yeah, see, this is all part of the family of things I'm good at. 15.
Amongst the litany of magical, mechanical, and just straight up Kevin McAllister bullshit going on here, you do see that one part of this mechanism has several weird silver strands leading into what almost looks like a sending stone. And the rune on the face of it is faded. You get the impression that it has activated and has used its daily allotment of sending out messages.
Perf. At least Steve will know we're here.
But the alarms have subsided. The store is now illuminated and lit, and Florence sort of like settles a bit, Hestia, and looks up at you and weakly forces a smile.
That was not obviously something that we had planned, but I'm glad that the alarm has stopped. Shall we join the team?
Yeah, it should be safe now. And she just timidly walks across the street towards Bumble, and welcome to BS Cleaver's, home of the famous Steve's clothing line.
I think you can definitely see
Thanks.
too. While Florence like crosses the street back over to the store, I think there's a moment where Hestia is like, and just like does not know how to comfort somebody. Like is like struggling so hard between like I need to like let this person be able to talk to me. However, we have so much going on and it's probably not worth it. So maybe they'll come to me, but they just never been in this situation. So looking like as Florence walks away, just like, ugh, but can't figure out what to say. And then continues and follows behind.
All right. Shall we go inside and join them then?
Yes, of course.
All right.
I'll lead the way.
And as the three of you follow, you see just a like absolute massacre of the shop
no.
towards the back room.
What?
Desperate times.
And you hear like
All
popping
for
and
desperate
cracking
measures.
from things that are like sparking and stuttering now. There's just a dress spinning off into nothingness. But you get to the back room where the three are poking and prodding around.
Where's that? I'm looking for that safe. Where's that safe?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
looking for the safe
also-
too.
I'm looking for something to heal myself because I still hurt. Maybe like a little sexy bandage. Maybe a artisanal
You know,
band-aid with a
If there
cute
is a
little
first aid kit
design
in the
on
staff room,
it.
it's gonna be a sexy one because it's Steve's.
Yeah, a little first. I'm looking for a first aid kit.
And as I like walk into this room, I'm just like mouth agape. Hello? What? How did we check for traps?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
and there were a
we
lot
did.
Of them. A lot. If anybody asks what happened, just blame the dragon. All right, just don't worry about it.
I think they'll know that a dragon didn't break
Dragons
down
are
the
weird
front
like
door.
that. You don't
Dragons
know.
are weird. You don't know what they'll do.
Acacius, you find a HR required med kit that has 2 greater healing potions in it.
Whoa!
Perfect.
Go.
Raiden
I
the
will double check how
fridge,
much
let's
that is
go.
and take the necessary amount.
Without even responding upon entering, Florence almost like mechanically walks towards one of the walls where you see a very large life-size painting of a gnome with blue hair and lovely looking like maroon attire leaning up against a chair posing for this painting. Couldn't be more than 168 years old, give or take. And Florence just sort of like grabs both sides, lifts it up, and puts it to the side. And you can see basically just most of you wouldn't recognize what this is, but Waverly, you would recognize this as a fairly modern looking keypad.
Huh. Now that's interesting.
That thing looks weird.
I push
Hey.
in 42069.
Beep, 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 beep. And the wall just like comes out a bit with the keypad and hinges open. And inside, you see a single note, at the top of which you see the MF symbol.
Okay.
And it reads, "Darlings, if you've made it this far, you know what is waiting for you." And that's where we're going to go on break.
Hey.
I don't know what is waiting for me.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
Is it death?
I'm just a
More
dude.
Traps.
And
Being
we will
stabbed.
be right back.
Is it poison paper? Who knows?
Yeah, BRB.
Hey.
Gotta make sure everyone's in the same spot again.
Ba-ba-bow.
Hello, welcome back. You have just survived Steve's Funhouse of Pain. You are in the back, and by using the 42069, I think the 420 was actually a joke that Emily said in season 1 that it was
Yes, it
Steve's
was.
birthday.
Oh yeah,
That
it
was me
I-
just
I-
off the cuff
it
saying that,
absolutely
but I
is.
now remember she
Yeah.
totally said that. All right, so anyways, you found but a note that had the MF logo that said, "If you've made it, darlings, if you've made it this far, you already know what is to come."
Insight check the note because I
Or
don't
tweet-
understand what that means.
All right, roll an insight check.
darling.
Somebody explain it.
You've made it this.
While this happens, I will probably walk over and lay on hands anybody who's poisoned, which I think is just
Me.
Waverly.
Yeah.
Like labored
that's
breath
happening.
and whatnot. I'll like go
Is
over
there-
and I'll just do a
Oh
nice
wait,
little
yeah,
shoulder
I've got
touch.
disadvantage. I forgot about that.
Is there any
Yeah.
any writing either on the note or in this building that is perhaps in Thieves' Cant?
Give me,
Because I know
oh.
Steve has used it in the past.
Give me another investigation. And while you're all doing this, Florence just like walked over to one of the cushions and like immediately collapsed and is just lying down on them.
Got a 16 on that investigation.
All right.
If there's anything else in the med kit, I'll bring it over to Florence.
There's like, it's like a junk box basically. It was the 2 healing potions. There's like a hair elastic, a couple
I
of
would
safety
say-
pins and stuff.
Maybe there's a little thimble that kind of looks cute. I'll bring it over and I'll
Yeah,
give it to.
there's a metal thimble and a bit of twine, but no needle to put it in. And with the 10 Waverly flipping over this paper, trying to discern its intentions towards you, it seems almost comedically sparse. Like the paper size is a normal scroll length paper, and has intentionally been written on in the very center to look almost mocking a little bit. And Noxx, you actually find that etched into the very back of the safe, there is a number, and it just says safe number 4 in Thieves' Cant.
There's different safes. Like there's multiple safes. So I let everybody know what it says, and I pointed out to them. Like, do we know if there's other safes? Or
I don't know. Wait, how many members of the Guardians were there? Like, or the Marge's favorites? Were there like
How many?
5?
I can
8? 3? No, 4. There has to be at least 4.
Wilmer,
You hear
that orc chick.
Florence kind of coughs a little bit. And you look over and you see that she has taken out that pipe that she was given a long time ago, and has fished some herbs from around the room.
Right.
And kind of like this almost like air of bard emanates around her, as she still is very like tight, like is her entire body is sort of like still scrunched up a bit, but you get that sense of like the show must go on kind of vibe from her as you hear the lighting of the herb in the pipe, and the lights around you almost like dim a little bit, and a little spotlight appears, and Florence looks over and says, "This is where Steve gives company presentations. This was all pre-set up ahead of time. Regardless, I've told you stories about Waverly's group, and some of the Marge's favorites, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, it might, and she inhales, help to, tell you a little bit more. And as she exhales, you see smoke billow from her mouth, and begin to take shape. And almost in the center of the room, pushing you all aside, a humanoid figure begins to appear. And then as it grows, it almost like billows out more as muscles begin to appear in its arms and its calves, and fur armor sort of drapes out from the side. And a hot, almost like ember color burns in the hand as a axe emerges from it. Tusks and very nice pigtails sort of bloom out of the sides of the head as it takes this heroic pose with like 1 foot up, crying out into the air. This was Borba Skullcleaver, the barbarian of Marge's favorites. Fiery in appearance, temper, and power.
I give Hestia a little nudge. Like, it's kind of like you. You're also hot.
What?
Can't
Like-
do that while I have a sip
Like
of water.
fire.
Come on now. sorry.
Like fire, you know.
I suppose. Shh, there's a story happening.
Who is that? Why do they know each other? What did I miss? Crunch of popcorn in the distance somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's the vibe.
And as Florence talks, the figure, like, almost like stop motion, lowers the axe down, and suddenly you see a plume of smoke appear as a dragon's head, severed, appears under the axe. She was, formidable, but, haunted by a figure of her past. And you suddenly see from behind the dragon emerges a less detailed and almost like shadow-ridden orc, a bit taller than her and broad. Her own blood fought against her and was often persuaded by darker entities, and the shape like dissolves, almost falling into what looks like noodles at the base. The dragon disappears, and Bumble, you see a familiar appearance behind these noodles as a menacing clown emerges behind this pile of noodles, and you see Hekna, his hands reaching forward over them, and threads begin to attach to the spaghetti, forming into a humanoid shape. They rush towards Borba and pierce her heart, and the two of them dissipate. And then you see a sphinx. And as Florence talks, your mind almost just devolves into watching this performance in front of you as the smoke turns into a sphinx that is holding Borba in its palm. And 4 figures approach it, rescuing Borba. And Borba reaches out a hand to one of the figures, and the two of them walk off into the distance. And you see that Sphinx reappear now, holding in front of it what appears to be a fun house that is spiraling and flying in the air. And you see Borba and Spaghetti emerge from the house, leaping into the air, killing the Sphinx. And the two of them almost zoom in as you see this shape of Borba and a much more shriveled, weaker form now of her brother standing in front of each other. And they hug. And then you see almost like quick flashes as Borba, this shape grows older but no less strong, and you see other shapes, smaller shapes, emerge in front of her, as those all grow tall, holding spears and bows and staves. And as they grow taller and older, they all venture away from her as her back begins to bend. And then you see a beautiful, not siren, mermaid? Whatever, approach her. Triton, thank you.
Correct.
As Borba continues to lower, her back bending more and more, the two of them still holding hands. And you see her brother reemerge to the two of them. And they pick up their weapons one last time. And then the smoke dissipates. I'm not too sure what happened to either of them, but Steve said that they died a warrior's death together. Then, of course, there was. And she goes back into telling more of her story, and you see emerging from the ground, the smoke almost like billowing and creeping across the floor, a very small figure whose head seems to grow larger and larger until you realize that it is curly hair billowing out and falls to the ground. And she retells a bit of the story of the Wildwell trials as she tells you the story of Mila. And occasionally you'll see another small figure walk into the picture wearing what appears to be torn vest and a tied thread around their head, looking a bit like Rambo Waverly, and a fox just leaping around the two of them. And they too grow old. And you see as they find their place to the ground, as several other foxes appear around them, mourning their graves. You know of the king. Everyone knows of the king. And you now know of Steve, although she would be quite upset if I didn't tell. One sec, I have to tell this story as well. And goes to tell what is clearly rehearsed and very collaboratively written story of how Steve basically carried Marge's favorites through the Wildwell trials. Nearly single-handedly defeated Hecna.
Fucking rude.
And went on to form a chain of stores, and for some reason mentions very highly that taxes are paid and several donations are made to organizations around the city.
Wow.
Wow.
And finally, a latecomer to the Marges, to the MFs, and she forms a humanoid cloud, but it doesn't take shape. It just seems to be this like billowing amalgam of humanoid characteristics. My apologies. I never actually met Asher, and I believe that their form is nebulous. So instead, I'm going to make this look like Noxx, and suddenly the figure changes to Noxx. Was a physician, I believe, and it almost looks like the smoke has almost turned into like child drawings, like everyone's moving a lot worse and like terrible acting and stuff. Was also involved in the Revelia. Had a stick at some point, I believe, and just a stick sort of appears, and then left. Went up north to Clearfrost. Yada yada yada, and then suddenly in the middle of the room, roots begin to appear, and a small leaf. And then almost in an instant, an entire tree blooms in the middle of all of you, the branches reaching high, and smoke billowing in the ceiling as if it is the tree's canopy. And it's almost unbearable for a moment as smoke fills the room, but it sort of takes more shape. And a building forms around the tree. The Asher Lochner Institute for Medical Learning, previously the Bellspire Grace, is a medical hospital here in Bellspire that trains people to become doctors while also healing people as they would. And I hear it's a very promiscuous place as well. Very dramatic.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you wanna? It sounds cool.
So we should probably go hang out there.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds like
Just
that's
to
a good
check it
place we
out,
should
you know?
go.
Yeah, just to see if there's another safe or something. No?
I believe that... Sorry, I've been out of it for a bit, but I believe that each of them may be involved in what we're looking for.
So yes, we should go. We should go check out the hospital?
Well, each of them are here. the graveyard that Mila and Timber are buried is up the mountain. The guild that Borba formed is just outside, and we may have to venture into whatever the dragon has left. And the hospital is here in Bellspire. And the smoke just sort of fades, and the lights come back up. But
Go
we've
graveyard, then go
done
to
Steve's-
dangerous dragon place.
I want a hospital. I want to go to the hot spittle.
What is the closest to us currently?
That's what I was gonna say too.
well, the
Well, I think because it's in this, probably here, right? Like you said it was in Bellspire?
Cemetery?
the grave is up the hill. It's
Yeah.
not buried in the main Bellspire cemetery. They went off more to nature. The hospital would be the closest. And the guild is, as I said, just outside.
I think we should save the guild for last.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, if the hospital is the closest, then might we go?
Minus Borba's guild. Why do we want to save that for last?
Because
Because it's outside. It's where the dragon is.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
But if we fail at that, then it's all pointless.
Yeah, but then we have to leave the force field to go to the dragon. What if we can't make it back through the force field?
But it's not here right now.
I don't.
What if it comes back?
True,
I-
if it comes back, we might not have a chance to go out there.
I want to see some nurses' uniforms.
Put your
least
dick
we
in
know
your
what your
pants,
priorities are.
Acacius, and focus.
I thought
So
I was bad.
Bumble, you think that we should do the guild first?
I mean, I think so, but I'm the new person here, so whatever you want to do is fine.
We do not. I don't think we place value on our team players for their time and hours allotted.
Yeah. Well, since your reasoning is better than
Hot
hey,
nurses.
hot
Yeah.
nurses.
I'm
Go
just
to-
saying that I don't want to die right away. So I would like to see some hot nurses before I go. We could go to the cemetery. We could not the cemetery. We could go to the graves first, because I feel like we're not gonna die around a bunch of rocks sticking out of the earth and decomposing bones.
Oh, who knows?
Now I'm scared of ghosts, Hestia.
Florence,
Oh,
would you like to weigh in?
I agree that the dragon may return, so the guild might be best, but if we go to the hospital, at least we'll be able to see the state of those in need. The grave is quite a hike, but we do have means of transportation, so no, I don't really have. Sorry, I'm struggling to make choices right now.
No, it's all right. Okay, I think executive decision. Let's go to the guild first.
Fair. Think we can do it before the dragon loops around for another go at things. We'll try to be speedy and efficient.
We can take the wirehouse again and use the sewer system and pick up another bottle of wine on the way.
That's it.
Excellent.
Might need something to. You can give the second bottle of wine to the hot nurses. How about that, Acacius, as a gift?
And if you get hurt, they can take care of you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm warming up to the idea.
Good lord. Okay, I
Um,
think that's all here, right?
To the guild.
Woohoo!
all right. And
Thanks
Florence,
for the history lessons, Florence.
yeah.
Before anything happens, I'm casting aid on myself and Noxx,
Thanks, buddy.
and we'll do Hestia too. No, we'll do Florence. Me, Noxx, and Florence, which is
It's plus 5
Your-
temp HP or something?
Plus 5 HP max.
Nice.
And your current HP increases by 5 for the duration, which is 8 hours.
Nice.
So plus 5 max HP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do max HP modifier on the D&D Beyond. And Florence will like slowly get up off of the cushion again, and sort of like as she does, she like puts her hand on your shoulder, Hestia, to sort of like help brace her to get up. And like waves away the rest of the smoke.
I'll help.
All right. Should you all go through the front again? I'll close up.
Do you think we'll be in trouble?
Most of Steve's merchandise is very hard to destroy. You notice that I've been burned and acid and stabbed several times, and still, and it sort of like poses a little bit. Still, my attire is in one piece. But I'll get the system, and sort of like gestures you to the front.
Yes. Okay. Let's go.
Is everyone going with?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All together.
You all, as you go into the main room, roll dex. No. You notice movement. And you see a small figure in the front of the shop, sort of like rushing between items, and stops and looks back. And you see just the glint of an eye, and Noxx, your heart sinks as you see a small child, a tiefling child, standing at the front, holding what appears to be a pile of clothes, and they bolt out the door and rush away.
Oh no! Don't steal. Okay. Fuck. Okay, we gotta stop that child from stealing, or else Steve's gonna make me pay for them, or all of us pay for them. Okay, and I run after the child.
I thought we were going to the dragon!
I immediately follow Noxx.
We have to stop him from stealing.
I immediately
Also, can
follow
we lock
Noxx.
the door so nobody else tries to steal?
That's what Florence is doing!
Okay, good. But they're
You all,
too late.
are you all rushing after Noxx, or is it just Waverly?
I'm not letting Noxx go by himself.
Yeah, I
going
guess we're all
to-
going.
Sorry.
But I will pause because Florence is going the opposite way.
You hear clicking and clacking as mechanisms behind you are re-engaged, and the shutters are closed once more, and the lights are shut off as you all begin rushing through the streets following this tiefling child. Are you staying behind, Hestia?
It's okay.
Yeah,
What's
I
the worst that
will.
can happen? It's a child.
Why did you say that, Rachel?
Because I'm stupid.
We
But
literally saw what just happened in the shop.
Yeah, no. This ain't Steve.
I'll stay with Hestia too, so it's an even split.
All right, so Acacius, Waverly, and Noxx are rushing off down the street, following this child, while Bumble, Hestia, and Florence stay behind to lock up. Noxx, you're at the head of the pack, and you see this child just booking it through the streets with knowledge of the alleyways that rival yours. Go ahead and roll me a athletics.
Okay. What the fuck is that? I can't read because it's a glass. Okay, that's 13 plus 5, so 18?
Nice.
Yes.
You, rushing down this main street, see the flutter of cloth go down a back alley, and you basically slide on the cobblestone streets as you turn the corner and rush down, just to see them scurrying up what appears to be almost like a fire escape up this side of the wall. Waverly and Acacius, go ahead and roll me athletics as well to follow behind.
Can I do acrobatics?
Are you gonna do some parkour?
Of course I am.
All right, then I will require you to describe some of your parkour to roll acrobatics.
So as Noxx is chasing the kid on foot, I'm going to, because I wouldn't be. It's been like about an hour or so, but I'm going to scale the buildings and chase the kid from the rooftops. So
all right, you start
parkour.
You start teen wolfing your way up. Go ahead and roll acrobatics. What did you get, Acacius?
24.
Nice. The clip clop of your goat legs on the cobblestone. You managed to lock in the corner and turn into the alleyway, following after your boy. While you see Waverly basically, what'd you get on your acrobatics?
16.
Nice. Struggling a little bit, but still managing to grab onto some of the awnings and pulling themselves up. Noxx, you see this figure scurry into an open window on the third floor of this building as you begin climbing up the fire escape after them. Roll me another athletics check.
Cool. That's a 12, but I was also going to, hopefully, use one of my abilities that will make me roll on the magic surge chart. I'm just gonna go it because I can go invisible and teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space I can see as a free action. So if it's a climbing up, I could just get to the top of the ladder.
Nice. All right, go for it.
So let's roll a d10 and see what happens for the next
should be
minute
fine.
or whatever.
I'm so excited.
So that's a 10, but it sucks because it doesn't use anything yet. Because you immediately regain all spell slots and uses of guiding
Hey.
whispers.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's not bad, but it could have been way cooler.
So you disappear and poof into a cloud of cigar smoke and vaporized gin as you teleport to the top of this to this fire escape. And you hear in the back of your mind, "Go get it, kid." And you see running through what appears to be almost like above a bodega apartment building in this city. But again, very posh and nice. It's the nice part of town. Someone has tumbled back in their couch as this child has scurried through their home, leaving behind clothes that they are dropping. You have basically closed the gap, and they're just leaving into the hallway as you make it in.
Okay.
The rest I'll have Acacius and Waverly roll their respective rolls real quick.
Am I rolling?
Athletics and acrobatics, unless you got something else to push you along.
Athletics. Nat 20.
Ew.
Hey.
Yeah. Acacius's oiled up muscles glisten as he climbs this ladder, throwing his hair back in a wind that no one else is seeing, but it's just perfectly tussling his hair as he climbs.
Nice. A little bit of sunlight like sparkles on you, and almost like Edward Cullen twinkling.
Oh yeah.
Waverly, you're just like brutally like flipping and grabbing and climbing your way up, just getting the dang thing done.
Yeah, I got an 11. So
it's
not great.
yeah. There's a lot more.
I am old.
Yeah. The facade of richer places don't have too many like handholds and stuff. It's very like polished and marble, so it's a bit of a struggle to get up. Are you trying to aim for getting to the ceiling, or are you going to, or the roof, or going to the third floor as well?
Oh, I was gonna try and like the way that I saw it, I was going to like go from a roof to like swing and try and land in the thing. But with like an 11, I hit the railing or something, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that didn't go over and follow.
Yeah, it's far less model-esque than Acacius is. But Noxx, you are now on the threshold of this building, or of this apartment, as you see this tiefling child in clear
Cool.
view.
I am invisible for the next like minute, I think. So I'm just gonna try and go as quick as I can without alerting them that I'm near them, so they don't speed up, because maybe
Ooh.
they'll think they lost me. And then I'm gonna try, as soon as I get a chance to like nab one of their wrists or like a piece of clothing that's hanging, I'm gonna try and grab them so they can stop running.
All right. Give me a stealth with advantage, or not with advantage. I will roll perception with disadvantage. That was a nat 1.
Sick.
Nice.
Well, I rolled a 16 and I have that's sleight of hand. I don't have plus 11 to stealth. That's plus 7 to stealth.
Nice. You sneak through this apartment, and you can see as this child has stopped just outside the door, they're like arranging a dress almost as a net to catch anyone chasing after them. But get about half, like put half of it on one side of the door frame as you approach. And as you grab onto their arm, you were stunned, not mechanically, but emotionally, as a waft of lavender and rosemary fill your nose. And we're going to cut back to Hestia and Bumble as the shop closes up. You hear rattling down the street, and you see what almost looks like a sewer grate in the middle of the street ripped down into the hole, and hands begin reaching up. Rotten, undead hands.
Oh, fuck.
As several zombies begin clambering their way through the sewers into Bellspire.
Why?
And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh! Listen.
Oh! How is it already midnight? No, Kelly, no!
Oh my
Yeah, that's
God.
crazy.
Oh. Well,
Oh, shit.
Why?
listen,
Why?
how was I
Is
supposed
he-
to know?
But the half pally is there, and not even the full pally.
That's okay. We're gonna be fine. Don't
I mean,
worry
you got the
about it.
cleric, and you got the half
Yeah.
pally,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
the person having an
You guys
autistic
keep-
meltdown right now.
You guys keep finding the child, the little
Listen,
dumb
gotta
child.
look
I'm just
at
kidding.
parenting moments, all right?
Watch it not even be your kid. It's just somebody who
Somebody who
looks like your
stole
kid.
my ex's perfume or something.
I mean, you
my
haven't looked. You
God.
haven't looked at the compass the entire time you've been here. You have no idea.
We've been really distracted by a
We've been
lot of different
so
things.
busy.
We've been
So
really
Life is
busy.
just
Got a
like
lot of things
happening.
going on, guys. Anyways,
know.
Rachel,
There's
take
a
us
lot-
away.
We have a lot of things going on, including avoiding my problems. Anyways,
Move.
thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Your viewership really does mean the world to us, and we wouldn't have a show if it wasn't for you. So we really hope you had a good time. If you did and you want to show your support, the best way to do so is heading over to patreon.com/tabletop tiddies, because you will get access over there to like so many cool things, like our after show that we're about to record just after this. So that is all going to be up there for all of our main shows. We get after shows done. And also you'll get access to like polls that can affect the games. You'll get access to bonus episodes and mini series and a whole bunch of cool stuff. So definitely go ahead over there and check it out. Like I said before, go check out our merch store as well at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com, because rep our merch. Just do it. It's cool. It looks good. You will look beautiful in it. We know, because you are beautiful, and it's just going to accentuate your already the apparent beauty. So you should just do it. Last but not least, you should make sure you're following us on social media at Tabletop Tiddies. And if you use the hashtag TTTiddies, perhaps you will maybe kind of sort of get an NPC named after you. I don't know. There's lots of undead zombies that need names, right?
Just name tags.
You can find all of this info on our website as well at tabletoptiddies.com. And remember, when we say titties, it is with double D's.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.